welcome to Lynn's Test Kitchen. We got a recipe today from Kristie, who is asking for something somewhat unusual. I make peanut brittle all the time for my business, but she asked if I could come up with a recipe for sunflower seed brittle. You can put really any nuts or seed in a brittle that you like, so we're going to go ahead and do a recipe today for Kristie. Kristie, I hope that you try it, love it. I will put the recipe down in the description, and then I would love for you to comment after you try it and let us know how you feel about it, if it was as good as the original, hopefully, or better. I'm also doing a half batch today because, well, I don't need a bunch of candy in the house that I'm just going to want to eat. So I'm going to do a half batch, so this can very easily be doubled. And I even normally take a regular batch and double that if I'm doing a lot for my business. So they're pretty forgiving. We're going to get this started and hope that you guys love it. We're going to start adding our ingredients, starting with our water. And then we're going to pour our sugar into that. We have about a 3-quart pot here, but if you double the recipe, make sure you use a larger pot. And after the sugar, we're going to get our corn syrup in. And corn syrup is an invert sugar, so that's going to help stop any sugar crystallization. And once we get that corn syrup in, we're going to move on to our salt, and then we just need to bring it up to a boil and cook it to about 255 or 260 degrees. And now we wait. Up to? We are making sunflower seed brittle. Good job. All right, you can see we've come to a boil and the bubbles are moving really fast. And now after a little bit, you can see we've hit about 260 degrees. And the bubbles have slowed down, the syrup looks thicker, and then I've poured the sunflower seeds in, and it's dropped the temperature. Now we're going to have to wait for it to come back up again. And now you can see our boils kind of come back up, and we're just coming towards the end. Now this whole process took about probably over half an hour, so I'm just speeding it up for you. All right, so taking the candy thermometer out just to get it out of the way, and I'm going to finish this sunflower seed brittle with a little bit of butter, and then I'm going to put in some baking soda, and baking soda is what's going to cause this reaction, which is going to kind of foam up our brittle and put some air into it. It's going to basically allow it to be easier to eat. So it's not going to be just a slab of hard sugar. So it's going to incorporate air bubbles, and it's just going to be a lot easier to bite through and a lot easier on the teeth. And you can see here how it's kind of foaming up. And then we're going to press it down with the spatula, spread it out, and it's going to continue to foam up a little bit more. But we're just going to spread it out as much as we can, and then we're just going to let it harden, cool down, and then we'll get that broken up and we'll be able to try it. You can see we're done with our sunflower seed brittle. And it smells good. It smells a lot like peanut brittle, actually. Just breaking it up into pieces, and then we're going to taste it. So I thought I had put too many sunflower seeds in, and actually put in less than I had initially guessed I was going to need, because I could see it was getting really thick in the pot. But kind of like it. I mean, it's chock full of seeds. So if you don't like sunflower seeds, this would not be for you. Gonna take a little bite of this and see what I think.
Maybe too big a bite. I just may have stuff in my teeth when I talk to you. I like it. It's good. It's kind of a nice change from peanut brittle. It doesn't taste a ton different than peanut brittle, as I make cashew coconut brittle, and that tastes very different. Now, one thing I did, I used raw sunflower seeds, and the reason I did that was so that the taste of the sunflower seed would infuse into the sugar while I was cooking. You could use cooked sunflower seeds and cook your sugar syrup till it's done and then just throw the seeds in at the end and stir it up. But you won't incorporate any of that nuttiness, or in this case seed, taste into the brittle. It'll be cooked sugar with some seeds in it. Oh, I prefer to cook them in the brittle. I don't like to put pre-cooked nuts in a brittle and cook them for a long time because I don't want them to get overdone. So you do have to move it the whole time, or else they'll fall to the bottom and burn. But yeah, I think that this is pretty good. So I hope that you're happy with this recipe. If you try it, please comment, let me know what you thought. Like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any recipe suggestions, send it to me. I would love to check your recipes out and try it. You can send me a short video clip telling me what you want me to do, or send me an email at lynn@barkandbrittle.com. And remember, if you're scared to bake it, send it to me and I'll make it.